We're talking election security and why voter fraud is in no way a baseless claim. It's next on Newsmax TV. Folks, we mentioned this at the top of the show. It's not just clear-thinking conservatives and right-minded independents who are concerned about universal mail-in voting. Even the liberal-biased press is just beginning to come around to the anti-American and unfair consequences of 100% vote by mail. CBS News, The Atlantic, and even The Washington Post, all stories highlighting mass disenfranchisement of voters with large-scale mail-in voting. For more on this, we're joined by Ken Timmerman. His latest book, The Election Heist, hits bookshelves and online stores August 11th. Also a National Security and Foreign Policy Advisory Board member for President Trump. Kenneth was also a former contributing editor right here at Newsmax and a Nobel Peace Prize nominee. Sir, thanks for making the time here at the Chris Salcedo Show. President Trump's tweet asking if we should postpone the election was designed to trigger the biased press and get them to do exactly what he wanted them to do, which was inform the public about the truth of massive mail-in voting. How do you see his tweet?
Well, first of all, he's right. There's a huge, huge problem with potential mail-in voter fraud and voter fraud in general. And I think you hit the nail right on the head. President Trump did what he so often did. He triggered the media. He led them by the nose, if you wish, by talking about suspending the election. There's no way the president can suspend the election. He cannot change the date of the election. It is not in his power. It's done by Congress.
Right.
He knows that, but he knew it was a trigger for the media. And it was brilliant because guess what we're talking about now?
Yeah, no kidding. What are some of the biggest issues, widespread mail-in voting, that you highlight in your book?
Well, here's the problem with mail-in voter fraud, is that it's very different from absentee ballots. People confuse the two. We've been having absentee ballots for many, many years, and the problems there are that the Postal Service sometimes does not deliver the ballots on time. But you have to individually request the ballot. You have to sign the envelope. The election supervisors can actually compare your signature on the ballot envelope with the one on file. So there are security checks in place. With mail-in ballots, they are mailed to every single voter on the voter rolls, including dead people and people who have moved out of the district. Now, my friends at Judicial Watch have been looking into this for some time. There's over 350 counties in the United States that have more registered voters than they have people who are eligible to vote of voting age. In Los Angeles County, Judicial Watch sued them and got them to remove 1.5 million people from the voter rolls because they were either dead or had moved out of the district. That's how big this is. That is one county in California. Just think, you put that on a national scale, there could be 10, 20, 30 million people who are either deceased, have moved to other states, maybe are registered in other states, double voting. It's just a fraught with fraud.
Well, for crying out loud, some lady got a voter registration for her cat that's been dead for 12 years just a couple of weeks ago. I mean, goodness, you know, for me, I think when you're dead, you got to stop voting. And I think your cat should not be allowed to vote in this election, even though for all you cat people out there who think cats are people too, it's just a matter, my personal preference. I know Obama disagrees with me. Look, what do you think about widespread mail-in voting out in places like California? Do you think it's going to be this a massive mail-in fraud out in California? And will it make a difference because a lot of these liberal states have already institutionalized cheating at the ballot box?
Right. Well, so California basically doesn't matter because it's going to vote for anybody that has a D after its name. You know, the old joke in Tammany Hall is that we can elect a ham sandwich as long as it's got a D after its name. That's basically Joe Biden. We don't know what he's doing. He's hiding it in his basement. He is the Democrat ham sandwich, and he is guaranteed already. I will make you a stunning prediction. He is going to win California in November. He's going to win New York. He's going to win Massachusetts. He's going to win Oregon. So those states don't matter when it comes to mail-in votes. Colorado matters. Arizona matters. Nevada matters. The big swing states matter in Michigan, Minnesota. Those states are very important. Where I live now in Florida, we don't have that problem. We're not going to have mail-in ballots, but we could have other problems. Some of these I talk about in my book, The Election Heist. I am very worried about paper ballots as well. Paper ballots are not as secure as people seem to think they are because they are not actually counted. That is one of the big revelations in my book, The Election Heist. The paper ballots are not actually counted. What gets counted are the PDF images, the electronic images of the ballots. Those get counted by software. And as many of my sources told me, anything that is run by software can be hacked.
No kid. Mr. Timmerman, thank you very much. We appreciate the time and the expertise on the Chris Salcedo Show. Good luck with the book. By the way, folks, let me tell you what I meant by cheating. Out in California, out in Massachusetts, out in Maryland, they're either implementing or trying to implement illegal aliens voting. Foreign citizens from other countries telling you who your leaders are going to be. Wait a minute. I thought that was a no-no, according to the Democrats. You know, Russia. Back in a minute. Chris Salcedo Show here on Newsmax TV.